Noob review.
Hello and welcome to another noob review video from me, Adam Radcliffe, and my good friend, Mr. Luke Mears. Say hello, Luke.
Hello, Adam. How are you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. And that was may I just compliment you on your stealthy Nazi neck breaking there?
Yes, it's always fun to break a Nazi's neck. Today, I'm playing Sniper Elite V2 on the special Assassinate the Fuhrer DLC.
I see. That's the one that lets you assassinate Adolf Hitler, isn't it?
Yeah, and if that's not a big enough selling point to get somebody to buy this game, I don't know what is. Shame you had to pre-order it to get this DLC, but you never know. It might be able to buy it later. Yeah. But, I've just taken out 3 guys with the silenced pistol. Not the best weapon in the game. It's being a sniping game, you're supposed to not really engage enemies like that, like I prefer to do. But this was after many attempts of being spotted by the amazing Nazi eagle vision that they've got, that they can just see from a mile away.
Yeah, I know. I've only played the demo of this, and I found myself getting spotted even though I was behind cover. For God's sake, those damn Supermen.
Sometimes you really don't know where they're seeing you from, which is why you're supposed to use the binoculars if you can to tag people before you sort of engage in them. But now we're going to see a wonderful example of the X-ray cam.
Oh yes. Perhaps you could talk us through what that little red icon in the targeting scope actually means. Because I never noticed it before. Perhaps because I wasn't paying enough attention. But...
Well, that little red diamond is in fact where the bullet will go, as opposed to the centre of the crosshair. And so if you're releasing all your breath, I think is what them snipers do, by pressing down one of the shoulder buttons, depending on which controller you're using. It slows down time a little bit, and you can get a more precise shot. And sort of, if you want to shoot them in the eyeball, or their lungs, or the stomach, or even the testicles, then you know you're definitely going to do that with that little red icon. But if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you've got to take into account wind speed and velocity and distance over time and bullet drop and things like that.
That kill, I'm sorry, that was beautiful. That was in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, just like my teacher used to say to me at school.
So, what are you actually doing here? I mean, what's the main mission here, beside assassinating people?
Well, at the moment, this is the train station where this is Hitler's train, basically, and he's trying to get on it, and I'm on a mission to stop him. And you can actually use, you may have noticed, you can use the sound from the train to mask some of your shots, which is why I haven't had the entire army descended upon me right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But that's where I'm heading to, that little yellow diamond. I need to get up in those rocky mountains and use it as a vantage point for when the big man himself turns up.
Oh, so he's not here yet?
He's not here yet.
But he's on his way.
He's on his way. He probably had to stop to get takeaway or something.
Yeah, there seem to be a lot of guards here. Is this like an unusual amount of enemies, or is this kind of the sort of thing you'd expect in the main game anyway?
This is slightly more guards than you normally expect in the main game. In the main game, there's lots of places to hide, whereas here it's a bit more difficult. There's really not that many places to hide in the DLC. But here's a nice technique you can use.
I think I know what's going to happen here. Oh.
And into the chest gap. It's amazing. It's so satisfying when you finally get to do that.
Yeah, I think one of the great selling points of this game is the fact that there are just so many of those kind of X-ray kills. Do they ever get boring? I can't imagine it ever would.
They don't really, because there's always a new situation where you're going to be using them. And if you do get bored of sniping, you can always do what I just did and just pick up a machine gun and run in like an idiot.
But doesn't that lead you to dying a lot?
A lot, yes.
Ah, here he comes now, here comes...
Here he comes in his car.
Dun, dun,
Ah!
dun. Okay, so I guess now you're...
Yeah. The first time I played this, and I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Where is he? I can't see him, but what I actually didn't realise, you're supposed to flush him out by shooting this fuel can on a lorry.
Oh, okay, and that makes him get out of his car.
Yeah.
And it gives you an achievement as well, that's cool.
I know. I could have cut that out, but I felt like I'd leave it in.
Bragging rights. So, where is he at the moment? Is he hiding behind a wall?
He is where the yellow diamond is.
Okay.
And that will move lots throughout the this little war zone that's now started.
So
Because
he's got a
he is
lot
after
of guards.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I'm out of the way, which you won't find in this single player campaign. You won't have many opportunities like this. So they've made a deliberate effort to make it a bit more fun for you by making sure you can't die as easily.
Okay, that's good. Oh.
Yes.
So
there's lots of stuff to blow up. If it's red, then you should probably shoot it.
That's the basic rule of video games, isn't it? Red is explosive.
Yes.
See, I do want to get this game now, actually. I think they've managed to sell me. It's not just the idea of shooting Adolf Hitler, it's just... It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's good because it's just it's a different take on sniping. It's just so far removed from what you find in COD or Battlefield, because you've got specific objectives, you have to move around the level a lot, try not to get
These
seen.
kill cameras are just... They kind of add an extra level of connection, don't they? Because you can really intimately see where your bullets are going, whereas if you're sniping in pretty much any other shooter, you kind of fire your bullets, you see the guy fall over and that's it. It's just not as satisfying as watching the bullet go through their skull and split their eyeball in half.
Yeah, that's really good.
So what has been your most over-the-top kill, I suppose? Oh, that was pretty nasty.
Oh, there's a point earlier in the single-player campaign where there's 4 Russians and their officer, and they're having almost like an inspection, guarding a gate. And if you're sneaky enough and you get round them, you'll be about 100 feet away from all 4 of them, and you can just go by their side and shoot all 4 in a row. Through the head as well, if you like, which is... I didn't think bullets could do that, but...
Probably could if they're going fast enough. Ooh.
Well, that's really good.
One thing I noticed when I played the demo is that it seems like there's like a really high level of gravity because the bullets just plummet really quickly.
Yeah.
I've always been under the impression that bullets travel in fairly straight lines, and then the further it goes, it kind of arcs downward. But in this, it kind of seems to come out straight away and then immediately start falling. Oh, there he is.
Yes, slipping away again. I managed to get a shot off later on. I think. Deliver the final blow. But next, we have a truck, which apparently has bulletproof glass, as we'll see.
Oh, you got a kill, though.
Yeah, somehow. But, yay!
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Do you know what they should do, actually, in the next game, or perhaps in some DLC? Every time you shoot one of these soldiers that does a slow motion bullet going through their body, they should then cut to, photos of their friends and family, all going,
yeah.
Uncle Peter is dead! Shot through the balls by an American sniper.
What? Is that a German accent?
No, it's just a generic European accent.
Oh yeah. There he goes again.
Oh.
I get one shot off.
He's a crafty beggar, is that hit?
He is, isn't he? It took me a few attempts. You might never have guessed by how well I'm doing, but it took me a few attempts to get him.
So it's quite hard then, would you say?
Yeah, and especially if you're playing it on, Sniper Elite difficulty, where, like I've said, I was going to take into account the the wind and distance over time and stuff like that. But that's why it's really, you can replay it so many times.
So it's easily accessible, is it? You don't have to just finish the game to access it, for instance, or how do you access it? That's a better question.
The higher difficulty is available right from the start, if you're that inclined.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice, I think. But here you can see me. I'm actually trying to shoot. You probably can't see it, but there's a little red fuel cap, and I'm trying to blow up this tank. And they are especially if you're getting shot by missiles, quite difficult to shoot.
I can imagine. I didn't realise tanks were that fragile either, that you could just shoot something little on the back and it would blow up.
Well, this is one of the unreported things in history.
Oh!
Will it go through the balls?
No, it went through his arse and his leg. Is that his kneecap that got blown out there?
I think so.
Oh, he's so fragile, this Hitler. He had his kneecap blown off and he's fallen down dead.
Who would have guessed? His kneecaps are his weakness. Yeah, he doesn't seem all that pleased that he just stopped World War